This video is going to be about whether or not the character of Kaiba was wasted in the original Yu-Gi-Oh! So there are 7 story arcs in the original Yu-Gi-Oh! The last one is Millennium World, KC Grand Championship, the Orichalcos Saga, aka Waking the Dragons. The first 4 arcs are Duelist Kingdom, Battle City Part 1, Virtual World, and Battle City Part 2. Among these 3 story arcs, I think Kaiba was wasted in 3 of them. That is Millennium World, Waking the Dragons, and the Virtual World arc. Virtual World was supposed to be about him, but he didn't really do anything. He was the only important character to lose, and he lost to Noah. We know Kaiba's better duelist than Noah, but in the end, by hook or crook, he still won against Kaiba. Just in losing doesn't matter, because he wasn't an important character in Yu-Gi-Oh! That's just the truth. Why didn't Noah use a similar tactic to brainwash someone to defeat Atem? In the end, who won? Not Kaiba, not Yugi, but instead it was the Pharaoh, aka Atem. Defeating Gozaburo did not matter at all. He wasn't the main villain. He wasn't in the virtual world for a really long time. Only 2 or 3 episodes at most, and he was not a good duelist. So Kaiba beating him doesn't matter. Like really, Exodia is clearly superior to the Egyptian god cards, yet who is used? Exodia Necros is used instead of Exodia the Forbidden One. Gozaburo made a mistake in that deal. Kaiba's only highlight would be his dialogues and how he defeated Lecter, who had the most playable deck among the big 5, and was a really skilled duelist. Anyways, for an arc about Kaiba, his origins and backstory, this does seem extremely a waste. Kaiba's character did not change, he didn't develop, neither did he put an end to this. Kaiba didn't get anything out of this, it was all a time waste. Noah and Gozaburo left no impact, the big 5 mostly seemed like comic relief villains in both the dub and subbed. Next, I'll talk about Waking the Dragons. In this, Kaiba lost to Darts. When it was the virtual world, then Joey and Atem dueled the big 5 together and they won. Neither of them lost. Yet when Kaiba and Atem are together dueling against Darts, then Kaiba has to lose just to make Darts look like a strong villain. Just to make Darts look good. They did not need to make Darts a duelist, in my opinion. They could have just made him the guy that controls the Warriors of Doma, aka Guremo, Weevil, Rex, Mai, Raphael, Velen, and Imelda. They already had enough duelists, 7 of them to defeat. Even Darts didn't need to beat anyone to revive Leviathan. He just offered himself. So the duel against Kaiba and Atem was a pointless, dragged out one. One of the plus points of this arc for Kaiba is that it kind of created a rival for him in Imelda. However, that failed miserably. Imelda proves to be the weakest of Doma's warriors, maybe even weaker than Weevil and Rex. He was doing well with his Fire Pyro deck that had fire attribute monsters, which was very rare in the original Yu-Gi-Oh! And is still rare to this very day in the card game. But over there, he was somewhat actually stronger as a duelist than Kaiba. It makes sense for Imelda to use his second deck, which was based on War Machines and Soldiers. However, what doesn't make sense is that as a duelist, Imelda was weaker in his second match with Kaiba. In the first match, he was better than Kaiba, who didn't have Fang of the Critias until the end of it. Even when Kaiba got Critias, then Imelda turned the tables in his favor and had a stalemate with him. But in the second duel, he was weaker than Kaiba, who didn't even need Fang of Critias to defeat him, even though he used Critias. And Kaiba did not need Critias to help him defeat Imelda in their second duel. He was dominating it pretty much. I use the name Imelda because that's his original name in the sub. He's called Alistair in the dubbed version, which is too Americanized. However, the point of talking about Imelda so much in this part of the video is because he was important to the characterization of Kaiba, to the progression of Kaiba. Overall, among the 3 lead heroes in this arc, Atem, Joey, Kaiba duels the least. Kaiba has 3 duels. His win-loss ratio is the worst among them. He has 1 draw, 1 victory, and 1 loss. Joey has 4 duels. He fought Mai twice, and he fought Velen and Rex. Among them, he has 2 wins, 1 defeat, and 1 had no result. Atem has 7 fucking duels. Garimo, Raphael twice, Yugi, the monster, Darts, and Weevil. 1 loss, 5 victories, and the 6th victory will be against Darts. When you talk about the percentage, then Kaiba won only 1 duel, 33% of his career in this arc. Joey won 2 duels, 50% of his career in this arc. Atem won 6 duels, almost 90% of his career in this arc. He even defeated Yugi, who knew everything about him and had the Orichalcos. He also won against Garima, who had Obelisk, a god card on his side. Basically, Kaiba got the least among the lead characters slash heroes of this arc. None of his wins were impressive. If Kaiba, he only had one wins in this arc, so it doesn't matter. If Kaiba defeated Dartson, it would have been okay. Yugi beats Bakura later on. Atem defeated Pegasus, Merrick, and Noah previously. There would not. Well, he only defeated. Well, he also. Well, there's two Merricks. There would not have been anything wrong if Kaiba or maybe even Joey beat the Darts. Exodia is a card that could grant you victory instantly. Atem doesn't have to win every time or duel every single villain or person. Now, the Millennium World is the last thing I'll discuss. In the manga, Kaiba does not appear at all in this arc. It's the last arc of Yu-Gi-Oh! I have to speak about the manga when it comes to this arc because of the fact that the previous two arcs are anime only, but this arc is both manga and anime, so Kaiba only appears in the anime, and he really doesn't do anything in the anime either. He does not accept that this is magical, he doesn't accept that he had a past life as a priest serving the pharaoh, and he clearly did not do anything at all relevant to this plot. In this arc, besides passing comments, there were no duels for Kaiba, besides Bakura, which he didn't win or lose. He wasn't key to the plot. He was not relevant. He was not the man who beat Zork. The anime portrayal of this arc could easily be the same without Kaiba. Nothing would change if Kaiba doesn't come there. It's also difficult who we should choose. Should I be analyzing Priest Seto for this arc or Seto Kaiba, who only comes in the anime, but Priest Seto comes in both anime and manga? Overall, when it comes to personality, Kaiba isn't really a good person. He is not someone to be admired, so I do not respect Kaiba as a person or character. In the manga, he kills people and is obsessed with using cards as weapons to injure others. He claimed that he stole his Blue Eyes White Dragons from other people, and one of the previous owners of the Blue Eyes White Dragon committed suicide. This is true. It's mentioned in Death Tea in Season Zero's manga. I don't know if the anime mentions it. Now, overall, I think Kaiba was somewhat wasted